a video. It's really happening. It's taken so long, but I've been so nervous, but I swore that whatever this video turns out like, it's gonna be posted. So I'm going to do basically my heavier everyday makeup. It's definitely not my everyday, but it's a little more. I have different levels of everyday, so I'm not gonna prime. I'm actually just gonna start with this Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream. It's for extra dry skin. I actually have oily skin, but I find that the more I moisturize, the less oily my skin is. So that's what I'm starting with. Okay, so for foundation, I'm actually gonna mix 2 shades. What even foundation is this? I think it's Maybelline Superstay. It doesn't have the lid on it anymore, but it's the Maybelline foundation. I'm in the shades 110 Porcelain and 112 Natural Ivory. 112 is too dark, 110 is too light, so I'm going to mix about half and half. Okay, I have to use this mirror because I don't have a mirror. Starting from the bottom, it's fine. I'm using the Eco Tools blender sponge. I like this one a lot. Okay, so the coverage is real on this. And it is pretty matte. So during the summer, I sweat so much and my skin is really oily, so things just melt off my face. So if you have problems with that, this base routine might actually help you. And I really hope this is in focus because my camera does not allow me to see the picture as I'm filming, so it might turn out that this whole video is blurry, so it's okay. I'll figure it out as I go. And my camera only records 20 minutes at a time because my microchip is too small, my memory card thing. So this is gonna be quick. Okay, so for concealer, sometimes I use Wet n Wild. Their concealer isn't too bad, but Tarte Shape Tape, you guys already know if you watch makeup tutorials like me. By the way, I'm not a professional like at all, so my makeup might be terrible to some people and it might be really good to some people, so it's fine, it's whatever. Okay, so when I put on concealer, I do not like putting on a big triangle of concealer. This stuff has a lot of coverage, and whatever you blend, it's going to extend further than where you put it. So you don't need to put on a whole heaping amount of concealer because that's going to make you crease under your eyes and make you look 10 years older. So I start with a little tiny amount, like that, and then I'll blend it out, and a lot of the time, that's all you're going to need. You want to use a little at the start and then add more if you need it, because the more makeup you put on, the worse it will look, unless you have mad skills like Patrick Star or something. I really hope I'm in frame. That would be super embarrassing if I wasn't. To contour my face, I'm still sticking with creams. I'm going to go in with the Stila contour palette. This is in light. The concealer shade is actually way too yellow. It's like, honestly, this is more medium than light, but I like the contour shade, so I'm going to take it on the end of my beauty sponge, a little tiny amount, because this stuff is dark. I'm going to put this, I hope you can see, I'm going to put this in the hollows, like, of my cheeks. Little tiny, it looks dark, don't worry. I'm putting it where I want it, and then I will blend it out. Okay, so once I put it where, and this is almost like, it contours my face, but it's like a cream, it's kind of like a cream bronzer too, because it's a little warm to be a contour shade, honestly, but for me, and I'm going to take a little more and put it around my very large forehead. Okay, so next I'm going to set my under eyes. I like to use the Coty Airspun powder. This is like $5. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. This is in translucent. I do use the powder puff it comes with. I think if I put powder on my sponge, it makes it really cakey and it doesn't last as long, so I use this little powder puff. And first I'm going to go in with my beauty blender, well, beauty sponge, and tap out any of the creases that formed while I was doing the rest of my face, and then immediately set it before it has time to crease again. That. And I'm setting around my nose and on my nose because I have a terrible time keeping foundation on my nose. That's the first place it's going to break apart because that's where I get oily first. Also right here and right in the center of my forehead. And then whatever's left, I'll just kind of move it around. And I'm looking super crazy. We're going to leave it like that. So now we're going to do eyes. And then we'll do rest of the face afterwards. I'm going to use my very, very used Jaclyn Hill palette. I love this palette, obviously. I have a different selection of brushes here. Honestly, this brush doesn't even have a name. It's probably from Walmart. It's probably from Walmart. I'm going to do a super natural kind of look. I might add some shimmer. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I'm going to take this color first. There's no names under it, and I'm not even going to try to use the little name card because that's too hard for me. So I'm just going to run this through my crease. It's just a really warm crease shade. And honestly, if you're not super confident in your eyeshadow skills, this is such a good palette because it blends so easily. Like, it's blended already. So it's a pretty foolproof palette. Okay, now that we've laid down that crease shade, I'm going to go in with this warmer, more orange toned crease shade. It's just one step warmer. I really, really like warm tones in summer. I'm blending that lower in my crease than the first shade. And I'm blending it out just a little bit. I haven't done my brows yet. I don't do them near the beginning. That might be weird. I know some people do them first, but this is just the order that I do it. If I did my brows first, I would, and I know some people do their eyeshadow first. If I did my eyeshadow and brows first, I would have a really hard time putting foundation on. Like, does anybody agree with that? You put the sponge all over, and I always put it over my eyebrows and over my lids and stuff. So, okay, so I'm taking this warm shade, and I'm just starting to add some color on my lower lash line, and I've been using the same brush this entire time. I have more brushes, but I can't be bothered. So now, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow. These eyeshadows are incredible. They're pretty expensive, honestly, but I've had this for probably like 2 years, so I don't follow the expiration date. It is in Amber Rush. I find that this makes my blue eyes pop a little more because it's like a coppery, rosy type of shade that's really good for blue eyes. Okay, do you see that? It's so bright. Oh my goodness. Putting that on the lid. I'm sure if you put this on with a wet packing brush too, it would be even brighter. Okay. So now that that's on there, I'm going to darken my crease a tiny, 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 tiny bit more. This one is, I honestly think this is by MAC, but it's been like chewed up by a dog and it's years old, Just to add a little more dimension to my eye, I'm going to take this really warm brown shade, tap it off because I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm going to concentrate this right in the crease, on the outside, the outer V or whatever, and really lightly drag it through the rest of the crease, just like that. So it just adds a little more dimension to my eye because these colors kind of blend together. I'm using the tiniest bit, and it shows up. There's pigment in this. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I'm going to run that darker shade that I just used on the lower lash line on the outside. Take this shade and highlight the brow bone. I know I haven't done my brows yet, but I'm doing this first. Ooh, that is very, very bright. And I'm going to pop that in the inner corner as well. I'm putting something else in the inner corner too, but this is just what I'm starting with. With this brush that we started at the very beginning, and just blend out those edges again. There's that. Super warm, super coppery, and I think it complements my eye colors. First we're going to brush off this powder that I've had on. And the face is going to look powdery, but we're going to fix that too. It's just a little kabuki type of brush, and I use it for a lot of things. I don't have that much equipment or makeup. I don't have that much, so I'm going to go in with Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I love this stuff. It smells like tanning, like Jergens tanning lotion or something. If you know what that smells like. Okay, so I'm back. My camera actually surpassed my time on the memory card, so I'm taking longer than 20 minutes, I guess. Anyways, we were talking about bronzer, so it smells good, you should get it. That's all I was saying, really. So I'm going to take this in the hollows of my cheeks again. This bronzer is not very pigmented, but honestly, with how fair I am, I appreciate that. Even the Hoola bronzer in light can go on a little harsh for me. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with blush. This is the Milani Luminoso blush. I love this blush. It's like pink, peachy pink with gold flecks in it. It's really, really pretty. I also like to put the tiniest bit on my nose. I feel like when running it across here, it makes you look more sun-kissed. Just a little bit. I learned that from Marzipai. Do you guys watch Marzipai? PewDiePie's fiance now. PewDiePie's fiance. They just got engaged. I'm gonna do my brows. It's time, finally. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little closer, kind of. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this Flower Beauty brow crayon in the shade Blonde. So many blonde brow products look green on me. It must be the undertones of my skin or something, but they turn out green. This one doesn't, so I really like this one. And almost all of the stuff I have is from Walmart or Target. It has a good selection. I would love to be able to buy everything from Sephora and whatever, but I'm in college, so I can't. So I'm just going to start on the bottom here and start filling that in. And take the spoolie again. I don't fill them in super heavy, but just enough to define the shape. Then I'm going to set them with this e.l.f. brow gel. There's actually a lash side and a brow side. But I don't know when I would ever use clear matte eyelash gel. I actually just use both sides for my brows. It's the same product on both ends. So we're going to de-powderize my face. I'm going to use the Pixi Skin Treats Makeup Fixing Mist with rose water and green tea. Even when I'm not wearing makeup, I will just put this on because it smells so good and it makes my skin feel so amazing. It smells so good. That starts to dry a little bit more. I will take my beauty blender and just dab right here in the sides of my nose and right under my eyes to make sure that the powder residue is gone. Okay, so now we're going to do highlight. This Sugar Glow Kit was sent to me accidentally by Sephora. I bought the Estee Lauder foundation and it came with this, and I did not purchase it. So I've been loving it. So I'm going to take a mixture of these bottom two and put this on my cheeks in above my brow. Oh my gosh, the cutest tiny little dog is outside right now. Right outside of this window is the big dog park of the apartment complex, so I can literally just watch dogs all day. It's amazing. Okay, so also I'm going to take a tiny bit of this highlight and put it in my inner corner. I also do mascara last because it's not waterproof. So, why is she staring at me? Stop. This girl's staring at me outside. It's not waterproof, so if I put it on and then I set my face, my lashes are so long that it'll run and it'll imprint under here, imprint on the top, so I wait. Now I'm gonna make the face that everyone makes while putting on mascara. I'm gonna put on some gloss. This is Covergirl Gloss in no shade. It's in no, I don't know. Doesn't even say. It's pretty though. It's like pink and has gold flecks in it. Okay, so that is the finished look. Let me get you up close so you can see. Okay, so that's it. My first video, I think it went okay. There was a few bumps in the road, but like I said, whatever this turns out to be, I'm going to post it. Let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like me to do. I can't really do reviews because I can't afford to buy things all the time. So, but what I do have are these little palettes from the Hush app. These are by Bad Habit. I have the After Dark, After Party, After Shock, and After Hours. I have all 4 of them. So if you want me to do a mini series doing a look with each palette and telling you what I think about them, I can do that. This really bright colorful one yet, I haven't used it. I've swatched them, but I haven't done anything with them yet, so I can do reviews on these. If you want me to do looks with the Jaclyn Hill palette, I can do that. I also have this palette by Juvia's Place, the Zulu palette, which I have not played with yet either, and I would really like some inspiration. I'll probably look on Pinterest or something, but I can do a look with this. These are so affordable and so amazing. I also want to do a video with Jonathan maybe. I can have him do my makeup or something. I don't know. So just let me know what you guys want to see and I will try and do it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for pushing me to do this video, for all my family and friends that kept asking, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? For the past, oh my gosh, year or 2 maybe. Thank you for doing that, because every time someone asked me, it kind of guilted me a little bit in a good way to do it. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!